Alright, hello and welcome to this special edition of the zRacing After Party series. I had a little issues with the sound when recording this race, so I am recording a voiceover afterwards. But you're lucky, because that also means that I will fast forward between the exciting segments on this route. Alright, we are riding on the Power to the Portal course, where the portal ride on this course is the Oude Kwaremont or something like that, the famous Belgian climb that is part of Tour of Flanders, which Tadej Pogačar won today, and my Danish fellow Mads Pedersen came in second. So great and very entertaining race. I can only recommend that you see that. Anyways, as you can see, the race starts off in a okay pace. I'm riding in the Zwift Racing Score category from 160 to 270, and my racing score is currently 269. So I should be able to compete with these guys. But having said that, it's been a while since I've been racing, because I've had some issues with my smart trainer, making a lot of noise and not being that comfortable riding. So hopefully I fix that. I don't know, let's see. I have applied grease, the recommended places from the manufacturer, so let's see if that fixes the problem. Anyways, off to a slow start, so I will fast forward to where some of the climbs begin, and then let's take it from there. Alright, so here we are approaching the first little climb. It's not even a climb, it's just, yeah, it's 1 to 2% increase in road level. There's a couple of guys trying to elope from the peloton, but we keep them on a tight leash, and eventually we drag them in again. I'm trying to take it slowly, but as you can see on my numbers, I have to push the pedals just a little bit, not to let everyone go. So I drop the foot to the metal, or whatever you say, and then I catch back up. And then from there on, I can relax a little bit again. The whole race was all about conserving as much energy as possible until the climb portal. That was my strategy, and fortunately for me, I saw a recon ride done by Ryan Condon, where he explained that the finish isn't on top of the Oude Kwaremont. It's actually 2.8 kilometers after that climb. So you have to go up the climb, do the top roundabout, and then descend and ride 2 kilometers to the finish line. So luckily I knew that, so I didn't waste all my energy on the climb. So I'm extremely happy with that. Alright, so that was this climb section. We kept the group together. I don't know if we dropped a few people, probably not, but I'm still in the group and I can still relax and conserve as much energy as possible. So let's meet up on the Jarvis Reverse for the next exciting piece of action. See you there. Alright, so here you can see we've started the Jarvis KOM Reverse. Still trying to conserve as much energy as possible. Unlucky for me, I didn't get the feather. I got the wagon when we entered the climb. As you can tell, I'm using a little bit of energy getting in front of the group on the first little steep section there. I just had to make sure that I could follow along. So here I'm really trying to relax a little bit, regain some energy, and then prepare for the next steep section, which is approaching. So the goal for me again, conserve energy and then keep at least with the front pack, and hopefully also dropping a few people on the way. So we have a head start on the Oude Kwaremont climb. So I'm sorry for the pronunciation. It's not Belgian, it's probably more Danglish than anything. So sorry for that. Okay, on the steep section I have to push a little to stick with the group. And I do run out of energy just before the climb ends. So, but I rely on some of the other riders to close the little gap that starts here. As you can see, I'm applying my draft boost, and lucky for me, I get the feather, which I decide to keep all the way and apply that on the first steep section of the climb also. That was very important to me, because otherwise I'm not sure I could have followed along with the other riders. So slowly but steadily we wheel in the front group, and I knew we had to catch them before this little kicker on the downhill section. So we managed to do that, and then I could sit back and relax, recover a little bit, and I felt like the entire group was recovering here, so everyone was saving their energy for the climb portal. At least it felt like that. So anyways, downhill section, here we go, recovering, and then see you on the climb portal. Alright, so here you can see we are approaching the climb portal, and I've stopped pronouncing the name of the climb because I'm not very good at that. Right, as you can see, I dropped my feather on the first segment, and of course hoping to get feathers all the way up, but that accidentally don't happen. But anyways, I try not to go over the limit, but I do push on the first steep section here to stay in front of the race. As you can see, two riders, they are taking off, and I have no chance of following them. I think, at least if I try to follow them here, I will die eventually when I get to the top. So I'm pushing, but not being in red all the time. I do acknowledge that I have to stick with these two guys to have a chance to finish the race in top 10. So I do really push to stay with those two, trying to apply all the bonuses I get. As you can see, I now get a wagon, so I thought it would be smart to apply it just before the next arch, but it wasn't. I should have applied it when I got it, because then it would have ran out before the next arch, and I could apply the feather again. But hey, you live and you learn. So I caught up with the guys, and I even got to a point where I got a little ahead. So now I'm relaxing a little bit to get the benefit of the wagon here, as you can see. So on this place on the climb, you can recover a little bit, but not too much, because if you recover too much, then your fellow riders, they just leave you hanging in the dust. So I still had to use a bit of energy. Anyways, so there's a couple of sections here that are nice and not too steep. I definitely enjoy that. On the real climb, IRL, this section, well, the whole climb is on cobbles, so I understand why this is a very, very difficult climb. So the first section is like 10% in steepness on uneven cobbles, so not fun at all, I would assume. So then we get to the second steep section of the climb, and I really try to push, but the two other guys, or two other riders, they just have a little more energy than me. I'm also thinking that they both think, or at least one of them I know is thinking, that the finish line is on top of this climb. So I know already it isn't, so still trying to conserve just a little bit of energy before the end of this climb. So here, off they go. I sit down. I know we are at the top, so of course I push, applying my feather, and then here we go on the top. This is great. So when I get through the final arch here, I can see the two leaders in the race here, so I will never catch up to those. I see I have 6 seconds gap to the riders in front, but as you notice, it's only one of them that keeps this gap in YW. P. Anderson, he lets off on the pedals. He probably thinks that we are over and out, that we are done with this race. So, but I know better. So on the downhill, I catch him and I try to sprint. So I get a little head start from him. So as you can see, I catch up with him, and then I put in a little bit of effort just before the more steep climb, the more steep descent. And as you can see, I do gain a couple of seconds on him. I think he realizes, oh, this wasn't the finish of the race, so he of course also picks up the pace. Anyways, I keep pressure on the pedals, both on the steep section here and on the blue section, just to try and build this gap, because as you may know, don't really have a sprint in me, but I must say on this race I did, well, it was a slow race, so I actually did have a little bit of energy left. So I actually believe that I could sprint just a little, and maybe that was enough. So pushing here, or keeping a steady pace on the flat section, and then getting to the next steep section. I give it a big push just over the edge of that, so I can reach the magical 55 kilometers per hour. Once I've reached that, I let go of the pedals and do a super torque, just to increase the momentum a little bit. I know it's not for long, but at least I conserve some energy. I can see on the rider behind me that he keeps pushing the pedals, so at least I'm in front on watts here. So I decide to just keep pedaling on the flat section, trying to build on the speed I already gained. But I also know I can't push it too much, because then I don't have a sprint in me. So I try to stay in within my FTP, and then go from there. And I do keep an eye on my rival there in 6th place. So I know already now I can't catch any of the riders in front of me, so it's all about getting this 5th position. So let's fast forward a little bit until downtown Watopia, and then you will see the end of the race. So see you there. Alright, approaching downtown Watopia. As you can see, the gap is not that big anymore. I've relaxed a little bit on the downhill, because I know P. Anderson from Sweden will eventually catch up with me. And he does, as you can see. I have a slight feeling that he thought that this would be the finish line, because he do put in a little bit of effort to get in front of me just before the downtown Watopia finish line. Anyways, he applies his wagon, which is of no use to him because I'm behind. Maybe he thought that I would overtake him. I didn't. So I have the feather. I don't know if that's of any use in the sprint, but I do apply it before the sprint. So we're closing in on the finish line, only having 300 meters to go, as you can see. So I stay on his wheel, apply the feather, and then give it a push, just to see if he reacts. And looking at his numbers, he doesn't, so I can just push a little bit more, and I do beat him in the final sprint. So I'm really, really happy with that. Ending the race in 5th out of 33 riders. It's definitely not my strongest performance, but as said, I haven't raced for a while, so it was nice to spin the legs a little bit and actually place in the top 10 in a race. So really, really satisfied with that. Anywho, as you may noticed, I was wearing the orange sweatband or headband in this video, both IRL and in-game. So I found a way to unlock this item. I will share that with you, hopefully in the next video, where I also will share some other exciting news with you. So stay tuned until next time. If you enjoyed the video, please like or even subscribe to the channel. That would mean the world to me. And please leave a comment if you think I can do even better or improve my my Zwift experience or Zwift shape in any way necessary. I'm really open for suggestions because yeah, I really want to improve and become a better rider, competing with some of the even better riders within Zwift. So I'm trying to put in the effort that is needed. Anyways, leave a comment, like, or even subscribe. That would mean the world to me. Until next time, take care of yourself, enjoy Zwifting, see you in the next one. Adios, bye.